Who are the 17%? Who are they? Who the hell are the 17%? Anybody in here from the 17%? Don't raise your hand, it may be dangerous.
You guys know what this represents?
What all is
Maybe it's the calm before the storm.
Get comfy, no. Get ready for war. They started it all, but now it's time to settle the score. New recruits join us where the veterans are. Lace your boots, prepare to earn medals and stars. Information warfare, they want control of your mind. They dumb you down, it's easy to take control of the blind. Question the narrative, you never know what you'll find. We can always see the evil cause we know it's designed. The old guard's collapsing, we're here to watch it happen. Enough of the build up, we're ready for the action. The part of the movie where we understand the acting as we look around the room at each other's reactions. Horrifying evil rising up to the surface. Demons in the ether realizing that they're worthless. NPCs walk amongst us without a purpose. They know the time's up to see that it wasn't worth it. Brainstorm family, holding it down. They control the narrative, but we're controlling it now. It's like 1984 when they're controlling the crowd. We break the matrix into pieces that we burn to the ground. Together we are the phoenix rising from the ashes. Tearing down the system and laughing as it crashes. Brutalize the deep state and give them 50 lashes. Cause we are slaves and these people are our masters. We go to war for our families, do it for the kids. It shouldn't be this way, but that's just the way it is. We bring truth to y'all until there's nothing left to give. We give demons no authority to tell us how to live. This is our world and our job is taking it back. These are our girls and our boys are under attack. Social engineering, every step is a trap. We teach you how to navigate through every step of the map. Stormy J coming at you live, finding all the truth as they rummage through the lies. Patriots united while this evil's on the rise. Lift the veil on the system and see through the disguise. This is our time to shine. These are our minds combined. Society has declined. Realigning the design. Realize your mind has been attacked and been assigned to be a vessel of the indoctrination that you try. In the matrix, we're breaking utter devastation and destruction to every single move that they're making. The ground is shaking, breaking from the anticipation of the moment that we capture back the soul of the nation. Demonstration, bring it back to bases. Manifestations ready for the revelation of this evil that we're facing. Agents of the matrix making power moves and races. Full armor of God, and we're coming for you, Satan.
Good evening, Brainstorm Army. How is everyone? It's nice to see you. Oh man, we got a special guest. He's a little blurry. Is CIA Mike gonna mess with us? Nah, you're coming back. You're coming back. How are you, Terry?
good, man. Was my little funky camera?
Mike,
Throw it off. I gotta blow the dust off this thing, man. It's been a while.
Loden, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
I'm excited. I never got to sit with Loden, so this is gonna be fun.
Thought we would do a show tonight. I reached out to see if anyone wanted to come chat. And I'm so glad you did because you was at the rally yesterday.
I was. My first rally, as a matter of fact.
The very first rally.
Yeah. It was different, to say the least. Different than most, apparently. But yeah, I'm excited to kind of dig into it, man. My just quick little rundown. I scheduled, I registered, although it was free. I think they just do that to see how many people are coming. Yeah. But my mom's camp was right next door, literally. Like we walked up, we got dropped off on a golf cart, and my brother and I walked up. And we didn't go up till like 4 because Trump wasn't speaking until 5. And I'm like, it was super hot. I wasn't waiting all damn day. A lot of people ended up leaving, I think, too. There was tons of people. So there would have been way more people, but people were leaving as we were walking up just because of how hot it was.
We saw a lot of people that left in the 3 that we've been to. They would sit there and wait, try and get good seats, and then they're gone.
Yeah. I saw a lot of them look sunburned yesterday.
Yep. Oh yeah, it was brutal. I mean, it was brutal, and there was people there at like 9, 10 o'clock waiting in line when I drove by the first time, and we spent the day at my mom's down at the camp, and then just walked up. Like I said, I don't know how far to get into everything, but things were just suspect to me because Stormy. I took some pictures. I seen those guys, whatever the Secret Service, whoever they were. I thought it was weird. To me personally, I don't know, the inner workings of Secret Service, excuse me, or military. But it seemed odd that you had, your 2 snipers because they just climbed right up on the roof in front of everybody. Like all of us could see them, all of God in creation. It seems to me that you would want to be more hidden, I would think, especially as like kind of like a sniper. However, they were consistently looking in the direction of where the assailant was for an hour prior to the situation happening. And I kept talking to people around me about it. My guy that I just met there, like we were discussing about it. I'm like, doesn't this seem weird to you? And I'm like, they're not looking anywhere else. And then that was where the end of the actual tree line was, the road. Yeah, that one right there. And that was them basically just getting up there, setting their stuff up. They put tripods up, and basically from where they're standing, about 11 o'clock from where they're standing is exactly where the assailant was, because where they're on right in front of them is a road, and that's the main road. That's where we drove by. Right across the street, I mean, it's only a two-lane highway, one this way, one that way, not highway, but street.
Yeah.
There's a tree line, and I'm thinking, well, maybe they're just searching the trees, maybe they're just looking around because there's avid hunters. I mean, like they got to sweep everywhere, right? Like maybe they're just sweeping there. They were glassing, but it seemed to me their perspective was set in that area the whole time, and it just odd to me that they were there the whole time looking in that direction. And that's exactly where this, supposed assailant ended up just showing up and sneaking through everyone, apparently, except for people in the crowd. Because, apparently people in the crowd were pointing it out, trying to tell people to tell the cop, like, hey, there's a guy up there, and he has a weapon. But it was crazy because I heard 3 shots. Like we were basically looking straight forward. We were in the outside the actual setup of the stage and everything. So outside that little gate in the field.
So you were in the overflow? Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah, we were not in the staging area. We were pretty much right behind right side broadcasting, because they would turn the camera around, and so we were like sitting maybe like 20 feet behind them. So we weren't super far away, but you technically couldn't see because everybody was standing. You just had to use your phone and put it up in the air, really, to get any video or anything going on. Yeah, which you did. My brother was able to see because
he had the big jumbotrons. You could still see, right?
Yep. Yeah. And so we were facing him directly north. Left and right. They have the big speakers. 3 shots rang out. It kind of happened very quick. I just kind of stood there and processed for a minute. I'm like, yeah, those were definitely shots. And then one of the strays, it had to hit one of the cranes, because all kinds of hydraulic fluid blew out, or air, or whatever it was. And you heard it go, and watched it go, psh, and then one of those big speakers that they have hanging there, that thing fell to the ground. I heard people scream. Scream. There was people just, like a panic scream, and then there's like a, oh my God, I just witnessed something that I probably never wanted to witness in my life kind of scream, blood curdling scream. So in the video I made when I left, I said that I'm almost positive that somebody ended up getting hit from that. But after those 3 shots rang out, Trump kind of stepped down. I couldn't see him anymore, and people were just kind of in like a panic mode. People were saying, get down, get down. Then you hear just unloading. There was probably 6 or 7 shots after that. I'm assuming that was them returning fire afterwards. And people just dropped to the ground, and I tapped my brother. I'm like, let's roll. And we're just kind of like, we're bent over, dipping, and I'm stepping on people's ankles, dude. Like, I'm like, I'm not just going to lay here, guys. Like, in my mind, that didn't make any sense, but it happened so fast. And then like people stopped, slowed down for a minute. We turned back around. I was checking to see if my brother was there. Still people were freaking out, running out. And then other people just didn't even move. Like, or even in that staging area. It was weird to me. Like nobody, some of them got down, some of them didn't really move. I don't know if they were able to at some point, like if they weren't able to like get out of there. But then you hear cheering, I heard cheering and the crowd cheering and all that. And I'm
like, hold up, wait a minute.
Yeah. And then that's exactly what I did, but I couldn't see anything at that point because I was too far up in the field.
Which is probably around the time.
It's exactly when it was. Yep. It had to be exactly when it was. I didn't know that at first though. Yeah. And then you seen them, plus I put together the fact that they had a couple 4x4s with their, body stretchers that or whatever you call those, like the ones that they use to like obviously get people out of areas like that or somewhere that you can't run a regular stretcher in. But one went one way trying to get through a crowd, one went another way to get through a crowd. So I figured that was indicative of somebody got hurt, but at the same time, it was very hot. And I did see them also moving around earlier because some people had to be taken out for heat exhaustion. Yeah. So, but after that, I just kind of assumed, that something else happened, but it all just seemed really weird to me. And I don't understand how if they're looking in that direction. And he was even glassing in there, not just glassing, but even scoped in there right before it actually happened. So I don't know if he got some kind of stand down order. Like if you even suspect it, right? Should it not yeah, that's basically what's happening.
Yeah. And like the 3 rallies I've been to is I've looked and I couldn't find the snipers. And for them to be like 12 o'clock right above Trump, to be in view of everyone, because why are they looking just that one way and not the other way?
Right.
Right.
I watched him the whole time.
Where's the other people looking the other way? That's just when you sent that to me, I was like, oh, something's not right. And, put it in family chat. And I'm like, you don't ever want to speculate, but I mean, even loading, you send out a message. 6 o'clock can be dangerous. He walks out at 6:02.
Yeah,
And I didn't even think about
I regretted that. But then I was like, they've said it. It's in the post.
It's in the post.
Yeah,
First,
I didn't even.
First thing I thought is,
that.
holy shit, Trump, stand up. Second thing I thought, Terry, you're there. So that's why I messaged you. I'm like, Terry, you all right, brother? Which I knew you wasn't going to answer. I wouldn't expect you to look at the phone.
I didn't see a text or something. Did you text me directly?
Family chat.
Oh,
I think I might have put it in our text group. But I'm like, you all right, man? Then I started tearing up. Then I saw him stand up. I'm like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, I didn't know there because that again when we were going out, and I think once they realized there were casualties, that's when the police started wrapping everybody, saying, get out, let's go, move this way. Because at first it was just kind of like a free for all. If you wanted to leave, if you wanted to stay, until everybody got their bearings and figured out what was going on. But I didn't even know that happened. I had no idea if he stood up. So I was just talking to people on the way out to try to piece things together. And they were already talking about something hitting his ear, but people weren't sure if he actually got shot in the head sideways. But there were people that did see him actually get back up, and say that. So we knew that he wasn't obviously, taken out. But it just all seemed odd, man. The whole thing doesn't add up. The pictures of him as opposed to the one that they showed on the side angle with him laying on the roof, to me personally, this is just my opinion. It seems like his hair is a lot darker in the picture when he's on the roof and a lot straighter, and he didn't have glasses on, and he could have been wearing contacts. Yes. You know what I mean? But it doesn't seem like the same guy. And apparently, did y'all see? Can I say? I don't know if I could say this. I don't know where you're going with all this. So
I think we can talk. We can speak freely. It's all out there. It's all on social media.
Okay.
I can jump off Twitch and YouTube if you want.
Well, I was just going to say, did you see the video of the Thomas Crooks dude, the guy that they're claiming that actually did the shooting? Whether he put a video out supposedly after.
Yeah, saying
after this,
you picked the wrong guy or something.
Yeah. He said he hates Trump, he hates Republicans, and he said, but you got the wrong guy. And then in that video, there was comments. Did you guys post that in the chat? Is that where I seen it?
Probably.
I saw it on X. I don't know.
Maybe I forget. Regardless of where I seen it, but oh no, I did see it on TikTok because somebody was actually made a whole a video about it. He didn't understand it, was asking questions how did this guy actually make this video if he was already gone? And now the reports coming out about his neighborhood was supposedly evacuated. That somebody commented. She said he lives 3 doors down from me, and for some reason they evacuated the whole neighborhood. And that's supposedly when they found certain things in his house, certain things in his vehicle that were, conducive with putting explosives together.
Mm-hmm.
But how did he make this video? Is it something that was made prior?
Someone said that might have been a lookalike, but I think it was actually his account, right? Supposedly
as far as I know.
He could have had it on a timer maybe for after. Who knows?
Yeah.
That's possible.
Can I share your TikTok from you walking out?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Show whatever you want.
It's
It's your show, buddy. I can't hear it.
Me either.
All right. Something messed up. Hold on a second. Let me try this again. For some reason, my computer's messing up a little bit, which doesn't surprise me. Okay, let's try it this way. You ready? Can you hear it?
I believe this. So went to my first
Yeah.
Trump rally, right? Me and my brother. We basically got the boot. I don't know if you guys were watching it live, but they cut the live feed. But they apparently there was a bunch of shots that started ringing out. And from just my perspective, I don't know exactly what happened. I couldn't see Trump himself. They tackled him. There's speculation that he was bleeding from his right ear. They don't know if that was because he got tackled or what it was. But I was watching the snipers on the roof. They were looking behind him, obviously, to watch his back. He was an hour late, which could have been a reason. There may have been some things that they were seeing that were shady. But I heard one shot, and to my right, the speakers start dropping down. The big speakers that they hold up there. And then
fails.
you
But that was my phone.
I think it hit air compressor. Shh. So I look and I heard the sound, and I'm pretty sure that was one of the bullets that hit. And then from what I'm gathering, what it looked like to me is somebody took a shot maybe at Trump or towards his direction, ended up going past him towards the crowd, maybe took out this thing, air compressor thing lowered, and then the snipers on the roof started bucking like 4 or 5 shots. People dropped everywhere. I do not drop. I get down, but I'm sticking and moving. Like this ain't the first rodeo for me. It's crazy. People were chilling, but there was a lot of people that were up on the stage that were just hanging out there, like right around Trump. So like nobody was moving. So I'm not really sure what exactly is happening. Guess we're gonna have to wait and see. Hopefully everybody is okay. If I was to guess, it seemed to me that whoever was doing the opposite bang bangs towards the crowd, I'm pretty sure that person got taken out. Just as pure speculation, just from what I've seen with my own eyes. Just letting you all know the tea right now. Thank God everybody, I pray everybody is okay. Just wild, yo. Like, think about what they're trying to do here, bro. What are they trying to do with this man? Why are they trying to take him out so much?
People's trying to call you. You're doing a TikTok. You're muted, Terry.
That never fails. That was right after. So of course, like this, everything was circulating. So people were sending me messages, and my girl's trying to call me, but everybody's phones weren't working. Like it was just totally wiped out. So I don't know, like I said earlier, if there was some kind of jam, if they cut communications for a specific reason so that other people couldn't communicate, or whatever the case was, or if it was just an overload of the system because it was total mayhem and everybody started using their phones at the same time. However, there were 5G towers literally right in the damn fairgrounds where we were standing, because I was like, oh, cool. So if they were doing their jobs, I don't see why we wouldn't have great connection.
How many people do you think were there?
That's a good question, man, because I know they were estimating like 80,000. I personally don't. It's hard to tell, really. You know what I mean? In the field, because they're like, when he was speaking, and I took video of, like, you know, basically all around me, and you know, and I don't even know how many they actually sat in the staging area, you know, because there was people all in there. I don't know how many actually fit in there, but there were thousands and thousands. I mean, I'd said like, you know, tens of thousands for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom was sitting here watching it. She thought, there's got to be 1 million people there. I said, Mom, it's probably more like 80,000. So you're spot on that, if you ask me.
Well, they did say, because they told the people at the campground too, because the parking area for the fairgrounds was right next to that. So if we were going to go visit, we had to register early, because they weren't letting anybody in the park after noon that day, because they were expecting, you know, 80,000 people or so. So they were kind of telling people, you know, if you're going to get your stuff, get your stuff. If you're not going, probably don't go out, because it's going to be total mayhem. They're going to be shutting this down, that down. You know, so, and I'm sure the registration too, you know, that's part of the reason they do that. But then there's also people that show up that don't register, because a guy I was walking in with who didn't know where he was going. I didn't either. I was just following my jippus. But he said, I was like, well, I registered. I'm like, but it's free tickets. I'm like, I can't imagine they're going to be like, you didn't register, you can't come in with a free without your free ticket. You know what I mean? It makes sense.
I had them all saved, and I'm walking through. I'm ready to pull it up like you're getting ready to get on an airplane or something. Like, and the Secret Service guys, we don't need that. That's just let us know how much we think's coming.
Yeah.
And we add 15%.
get my
Yeah,
cut.
I can't remember if I registered when I went to mine or not, tell you the truth. It was 2020. So, but that airport, small Tucson airport, it held a lot of people too. They had to bus us over. It was crazy. It was hot.
Wow.
And like I said, in the green room, we were chatting a little bit. There's a lot of people that left. I think we said that in the green room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there was people out there when I went to the campground early. We got out there probably like 10:30, 11, and there were already people, like tons of people waiting in line to get in. And that was super early. I mean, that's hours, and it was hot that day, man.
I can
And
tell you the one I went to, we got in line at 6:30 in the morning. He wasn't scheduled to speak until 5. And
Wow.
my wife, we actually got tickets on this one, so we was able to go in and sit down, thankfully, because I was about ready to pass out. It's the one where I was standing right next to I was standing right beside where all the cameras were on the fence, and Mike Lindell came through to do an interview up on the platform, and I got a picture with him. But my wife was able to get tickets, and we went in. She had to go find shade because I'm going to pass out. Plus, they were running out of water, they were running out of drinks, and it was brutal.
Yeah.
You have to go prepared, that's for sure.
Yet they don't let you bring in the water. They don't
Nope.
let you
Yep.
bring in hardly anything. So
And you weren't allowed to camp either. Like, you weren't allowed to camp out. You weren't allowed to stay there. And then you couldn't come until, I think they said, like, the parking opened at 8 a.m., I believe. And I think the doors, they would allow you in at 11. And then the programming started at 3, and Trump was supposed to speak at 5.
Yeah.
That's how the
So
schedule was supposed to go.
the camp that your mom was that close to where the shooter was supposed to have been on a roof?
Basically, because I had to walk out that way. It was literally right across the street from where we had to walk out towards that basically, and then make a left on the main road and then walk, because my brother and we cut through, all the fields and stuff. So we literally cut through that area to get over there to cross the street to walk all the way to the back, which still boggles my mind because, again, I'm not military, I have no training, but it makes no sense to me that you had his back facing the road, right? So the cutoff line's right there. Why would you have his back facing the road to where you couldn't go beyond, or that wasn't your jurisdiction or whatever you want to call it?
Yeah.
When they made everybody go around to the back, which was like hundreds and hundreds of yards of field that we had to enter from that way, walk past all the vendors, the food trucks, the people selling stuff, all that, all through these fields. And then back there was like a parking lot. There were some buildings, but I feel like it would have been way more secure to switch everything this way, put hundreds of yards in front of you, and be able to away from that area and rope it off way before that. It just seemed really odd to have it that way. Oh, what's this? I didn't see this.
So this is the layout. Let's see if I can. I zoomed in one too many. So this is the road you're speaking of, right? In between the backstage and the snipers right here where the blue is, and this is
that doesn't look right.
The shooter was.
That doesn't look right.
That doesn't look right to you?
No, this. I mean, yes, that's where the snipers were, but that's not where he was. That's not how this was set up. You have to switch this because the seating area where he was basically where that left one is, where that left box right there. Yep, that was right there.
That's where he was standing. Trump was standing.
Right, yeah, because I was angled this way, right over towards this.
So you was back in here, right?
Yep, exactly. And then this other thing was shifted this way. So basically, you have to shift that row, like almost one box over and everything. So he was 11 o'clock to him. He didn't have a direct line like that.
Wow.
Ooh.
So this came from, I think it was Fox put it out. Interesting.
Of course.
Yeah, let me see. I have other videos here too. I want to see what I can find to see if I can kind of show you guys. But yeah, that's not how you have to twist that because the road runs this way, and he had to cross over that road. So he was at a harder angle, and so Trump's here, and they were actually right behind him. that has it set up that, they're up here and Trump's over here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Trump was like right here and they were right here. The road runs this way, and the direct line, the guy was over this way.
Oh wow.
So he had like I'd say 5 o'clock angle to basically aim from him to Trump, from the sniper or the assailant to Trump.
Yeah.
But
So
that's all.
I have those videos. Before I got into some of the more active, I just want to jump off YouTube and Twitch. So I'm going to shut them down right now. So if you're on YouTube or Twitch, feel free to jump over to Rumble or watch the X account. So
Dave said, "This is big. What's new? Mainstream has it wrong again."